Mike, you're on the Run of Fez show.
$1,000,000, Ronnie.
$1,000,000.
I wanted to congratulate Fez, or should I say Todd, because I was listening to Jimmy's advice show today, and Todd called in looking for help. He had all the symptoms that Fez has.
Yeah, that wasn't me. That wasn't me. That was a fake Todd from New York. Way to go. You used my real name. Brilliant strategy, whoever it was.
Is that why you're upset?
No, well, I'll tell you what. I'll be honest. I'm just a little pissed because someone who calls in using my name on Jimmy's advice show actually knows as much about what's going on around here as I do.
Well, did you get any advice?
No, once E-Rock told Jimmy it was fake, it was done.
Were you hoping that you would get the advice?
No, I'd love to get any information around here. I don't know what's going on.
I was hoping when I was listening. I want to hear what you want to give him.
Wouldn't it be fucking amazing if Jimmy just had the advice after all these years?
It's the best goddamn advice you've
You
ever
need
heard.
Buspar. We were out with Mr. Tim Sabean last night at the Friars Club.
It's a classy affair.
Not by the way you were dressed.
All right.
Where they offered you a jacket.
I felt very uncomfortable at that point.
You don't own a jacket of any kind.
No, I don't.
And then I did the joke to try to make it better. Oh, did Zero Mostel leave behind an old jacket?
So I had dinner in a Pit Doc's leather jacket he'd given me.
That's nice, though.
Yeah. I felt pretty cool in that.
Now, also, I'm not going to get into this, but you notice that Fez didn't enjoy his steak. Now, I also ordered a steak, which I don't normally do, but I thought, place doesn't have the best reputation. How can you ruin a steak? Destroyed it. Fez is just pushing his around.
Yeah.
So later, I said to Fez, I go, didn't you enjoy your steak? And he said to me, I'm still trying to figure it out. It had spices on it.
What?
I just didn't have as that dinner went on. I didn't have much of an appetite because I was just we were sitting there with Tim and I was just watching the writing on the wall, reading the writing on the wall, however that phrase goes.
There wasn't any writing on the wall. It was an enjoyable night had by all.
Oh, great time.
Well, Tim was very up. I notice as he's talking to you
and there's plenty of future for everybody.
Well, that's what he was saying, all kinds of possibilities, but never looked my way when he was saying that. That was all directed at you. So I don't know how I'm supposed to enjoy a dinner.
Chris, well, what about this? We're sitting one table away from Jerry Stiller. Now, how can you not enjoy that dinner?
Awesome.
So, you wore the jacket that Pit Doc gave you, right?
Yes.
Why didn't you use the razor? He tried to get you to shave before.
Yeah, that was a bad move on my part. I gotta start shaving more.
George, you're on the Run of Fez show.
Yeah, I got a question, Ron.
Yeah.
When Earl left there, you guys, the company claimed that he was nuts. And it seems to me that Fez is way over what Earl was and you yourself. I mean, if you guys split up and he left you, it's almost like you're his lover in a sense. Do you think he'll come back and try to kill you?
That's disgusting. We're both men.
You? I know, but I'm just saying, you know what I mean? He might take his revenge out on you finally after he is gone, and then he may take his revenge out,
Look, if Fez puts a bullet in me, I got it coming. There's nothing. That would be kind of the perfect ending to everything.
It's not going to fucking happen, George, but I appreciate you trying to throw out the idea to the company that I would do something dangerous and hurt people if plans that I think are happening. But no, I do appreciate that fucking thought going out there.
What are you talking about, dude? He made a joke.
I don't see it as a joke.
You shooting me is not a joke to you. Like, that's more of a possibility.
No, not when I know stuff is going on around here this week, and just give HR or Tim or anyone else one more, for lack of a better term, bullet in their pocket.
Huh? There's got to be a million better terms than bullet in the pocket, because that one doesn't exist.
That's not a term.
Unless there's a thing called dumb slang that I don't know about. There's no such thing as he's got another bullet in his pocket.
No, there's a song called Bullet in My Pocket.
They're talking about their cock. Don't put that on.
Oh, apologize.
Apology accepted.
I want that going out over the air.
You sound a little tense today.
I didn't sleep after that dinner last night. I was
That
up all
dinner was
night.
fucking great, and everything was nice.
Really fun
and we were
time.
treated like fucking kings.
Everything was nice for most of the table.
That's not true. That's not true.
Come on. If anyone, I mean, I came there very underdressed. I should be the one, tense.
You're underdressed for this. You're underdressed for radio. You'd be underdressed right now if I said you have to go out to the dump with me and help me throw stuff out. Do you want to go change first to look presentable?
You're going like this.
You're going to fucking embarrass me in front of the other people throwing shit out.
And the junkyard dogs. I'm glad I didn't wear the army jacket. That would look really crazy.
By the way, Fez, I have no idea what you're talking about, but you weren't eating and you weren't talking and everybody else was being pleasant.
No, I felt like an intruder.
You weren't an intruder, and a lot of things were going your way. A lot of things were being said great about you.
I don't recall anything being said great about me. I remember any of the great talk being directed to you and me looking at the back of Tim's head as he was turned towards you.
Fucking true. That's not true. He's talking about Ron and Fez.
I heard Ron a lot.
Dude, first of all...
So I was really, seriously expecting the other shoe to drop.
What other shoe?
Last night, when Tim's like, let's go out to eat.
Yes, here's the other shoe. We have a lot of options. We don't have to be stuck. That's a fucking great shoe to drop, if that means anything. I didn't even know the first shoe dropped, let alone the other shoe. Why is there so many metaphors on this show today?
It's a lot of shoe talk.
I'm going fucking crazy.
Bullets in our pockets.
John, you're on the Run of Fez show.
Hey, buddies, I don't think Fez is going to do a murder-suicide. I think the other day Hicks put that thought in his head of a suicide murder with some type of rope rigged up with a candle underneath it to take himself out. I mean, it's going to happen. Nice job, Hicks. Come on, man.
Gary, you're on the Run of Fez show.
Oh, yeah, Ron, you can't use the C word. You can't say crazy, remember? So, but, the other caller said that he's going to kill you. We know he's not going to kill you. He only wants to kill interns.
Please meme.
Yeah, bring up something from 3 years ago.
How about bring this up? You have a problem with spices on steak.
Was it a spicy steak?
It was a Cajun steak.
Well, it's not a Cajun steak. This isn't 1989. And that steak was delicious.
It looked like a good steak.
I just wasn't hungry.
Should have gone the lamb.
Well, which one is it? Do you have a problem with Cajun spices, or are you not hungry? I told you to order Bronzini, you would have loved it.
The spices and the conversation made me not hungry.
Stop it. Seriously, stop it. The conversation was great. Everything is great. You didn't think the spices that you were being poisoned, did you?
Friars Club?
Wouldn't that have been ironic? Dude, there were people coming up to our table that were so fucking funny.
It was such a fun night.
We met a guy named Mark last night whose son is a big fan of the show. And this guy owns some great buildings in the city. One of them is one of my favorite buildings in the world. And this guy was so funny that he was demanding that we go to his daughter's wedding. And I'm like, yes, I will go. And Tim was like, just telling him, just stop it.
I'm down.
Stop it. You've taken it too far.
I wondered about that, too. Because the wedding's in January, so that's next year. Is there a reason why Tim doesn't want us to accept an invite to the wedding?
I'm not even going to listen to you.
What?
Since nobody's telling me anything, I just have to look
Everybody's
for
telling you
stuff.
everything, dude. I fucking told you everything that's going on. Everybody's up on this. No one is keeping a thing from you.
I don't know what any of these possibilities are that Tim's talking about.
They're all the possibilities that exist. Nothing is fucking in stone. Before we went on vacation, I was going out of my mind. I was saying, I don't even know if I want to do this anymore. The company is saying to us, there are things that you can do and still have fun in this business. Why is that a negative?
Because I'm being unincluded in it.
You're at the dinner. If this was a dinner that you weren't at, then you would be, as you say, unincluded. But you weren't unincluded. We're all talking.
I just felt like there was something Tim was wanting to say, but he wasn't.
We talked for hours. You got to meet some of the biggest people in the industry last night. We had a blast. It was fun, it was light, and it was the company saying, we like you guys together, we like you guys separately, let's do something this week. Why is that a negative? That's not a negative. And Fez, I have a fucking telephone, or you can talk to me anytime. Why does this come up during another conversation? No one would ever keep you out of anything.
When you just said separately, I worry about that.
It would be a decision that we will all make.
I just think there's other forces at work around here.
There are no other forces. The forces in this place have done nothing but say, let's make a bright future. And we have options to do. Tim actually said, don't ever get so upset that you just fucking walk out or do something that you would regret later. He even said, if you want to take off some time, do stuff separately, go on a vacation, whatever. These are very positive things. And people just think that we get a little stressed with each other anymore. And as you're saying that we don't, you fucking do this kind of shit. Luke, you're on the Run of Fez show.
Yeah, Fez, I won your fat, ratty old shirt about 3 weeks ago. I was just wondering if you want me to send that back. I'm just sitting in the packaging, and I was like, you might miss it a little bit.
That doesn't help.
No, keep it. It's an old Fez shirt. Probably won't need it.
What does that mean?
I don't know what it means.
Then when you do know...
I don't know what any of this means.
Well, when you do know, this would be the time to have a conversation. But to come into some place and... Are you asking anything specifically? No, you're not. You're just saying you don't know what things are. How could you not know what things are when you sat there and had the dinner? Lady Trucker.
Yes, Fezzy, what are these changes that you think are going on?
I don't want to put ideas in people's head, and it's really none of your business.
Well, then I wouldn't bring it up on the fucking show, Fez, if it's none of her business.
I don't know what the changes are. I know Tommy Rhodes is coming in here tomorrow. I don't know what that's about. Why is all of a sudden, I didn't see his name on a booking sheet or anything. I don't know why Tommy Rhodes is all of a sudden coming in here.
Tommy Rhodes is one of the best fucking comedians on the planet Earth. He's an old friend of mine. He's an old friend of ours. And he's stopping by tomorrow.
It just seems weirdly coincidental.
In what way?
Because I don't know what's going on with me in this company.
Yes, you do.
I was expecting to hear last night at the going away party.
Jesus. I'm going to break. Right back. Run it fast.
Ron and Fez.
Brian, you're on the Run and Fez show.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask Fez if he feels that he's being selfish, that he would get mad that everybody around him wants to change things because nothing has changed with him, and they just want to move on. And you're getting mad at Ron and these guys. I don't understand it because it's you that's has to make a change for everyone else to feel happy. Do you want them to just sit and be sad all day while they have to do their job? They want to be happy too,
I don't think it's selfish to just want to know what's going on in your own place of business.
Well,
I don't think that's being fucking selfish at all.
What else could be really going on? I mean, it's been years now, so what do you think?
Why don't you fucking ask me, Fez, because I'm the fucking person. All right? No one down the hall. I'm the fucking person. Ask me instead of anybody else. I don't know if I want to keep hearing bitching every fucking day. I'm going nuts with it. I want to fucking do a show about something. You haven't jumped into one goddamn topic. I'm the person you got the fucking beef with. And you fucking talk around me as if I'm not.
I'm not talking around you.
I'm fucking telling you I don't know what I want to do, and I've been upfront about that. And if the people down the hall want to fucking scramble to offer us each some things to do, then that should be a good thing. But I'm going fucking crazy from the craziness.
It doesn't feel right with them scrambling around thinking of stuff because that was always me and you.
Why would I scramble around to do this with you if you're going to fucking do it with me? You are unhappy. I can't make you happy. Don't blame that on anybody else. If you wanted to do fucking radio again, we would. But are you doing radio today? Are we getting into any of these topics? Or are you just bitching? No one fucking started this but me. I started it.
You mention it and then people come crawling out of the woodwork.
They don't
get
fucking
between us.
crawling out of the woodwork. They're saying, let's look at some options.
Mikey D shows up after years.
Mikey D has nothing to do with anything. I told you before. But you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hi. Can you hear
Turn
me?
your radio down, dude.
Sorry about that, man. I was just saying that, with Fez's paranoia, he's creating a self-fulfilling prophecy. So, if he feels bad things are going to happen, he's creating this himself in his mind. So you have to learn how to change his mindset. Because the more you dwell on it, the more it's just going to keep bringing it to people's attention, things that they might not have thought of. You follow what I mean?
I was dwelling on it all last night.
That's nothing to brag about. It's not your fucking job to dwell on stuff. It's your job to bring up fun topics that we can all talk about. That's your fucking job. When's the last time you brought up a topic or got involved in a topic that wasn't negative and angry? What happened to the fun? It started to drive me crazy.
And I don't know if it's a self-fulfilling prophecy if something's already been decided that I don't know about.
Dude, if there was something to be decided, why would you have been fucking invited to the dinner where we all talked? And so was Chris, because this affects Chris's life as well. Why would that happen if it was being fucking sneaky?
Because I thought something was going to be said last night and it wasn't.
I'm going to jump out of this fucking building one day. I'm just going to go to the goddamn window and jump out of the building. That doesn't even make sense. Lorenzo, you're on the Run of Fez show.
All right. Well, after that, I don't know what to say, but yeah, people are pretty annoying. The guys that do the inspirational quotes all the time, constantly. But you got to look in, man, to see the outside world. All day, every day.
Yeah, well, you get those from a lot of women. There's women in my family that would like to send me that stuff. Yeah. And sometimes I fucking change them up or come up with the bets and send it back to them. Nikki, you're on the Run of Fez show.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to say I started listening maybe a couple weeks ago, and I thought Fez was the other guy. I didn't even realize. I mean, Fez does. I guess he hasn't been talking much lately, but so that's worth admitting. But I also want to say, Fez, you're taking a lot of bullshit, man. These guys aren't exactly respecting you. So if you do lose the job, who really gives a shit, man? Just have fun and be confident.
It's not my plan to get fired.
Look, Fez, this guy's been listening for 2 weeks. He understands the dynamics.
I'm Chris, by the way. I'm not the,
You get better figure out how to fucking explain yourself, too.
Yeah.
You walk around, I'll tell you this, right now, today, you look like the catcher for the show. Because you got a fucking hat on backwards, and you're not in the game.
Calling signals.
You know you're past 30 where you can even get away with that kind of shit.
Yankee fan, let's show it off.
Bill, you're on the Run of Fez show.
Hey, Ronnie, I don't even know how to follow that act that you just laid out there, but Fez, you should take Ronnie's advice. The guy loves you to death. It's put up or shut up, and maybe you need to take a fucking long leave and get yourself well and figure it out, because you used to be funny as fuck. Fuck it, it's really getting tired of listening to it all the time, buddy. I wish you the best.
There's not a fucking... The option came up that we could take a fucking sabbatical. A lot of different options came up, which is Fez is acting like negative today. And I'm telling you something. Obviously, I wasn't going to come in and talk about any of them until after we're settled. But the last thing I would do when a vice president from the company says that we like you guys and we want you to feel good about yourselves, and if you need to take time off, 6 months or whatever, I get it. You've been doing radio a long time. The last thing I would do is come back and shit on that person and disrespect them by acting like something else is being fucking held back.
That sounded like he just wanted to get me out the door. And I wasn't going to give in to it.
Give in to what? Guess what, dude? This isn't about you, all right? For once, it's not fucking about you. It's about me. And that's why I didn't fucking go in there and say, I want you to fire Fez.
I know you would never do that, but I don't know what other things are operating around here.
God damn it. Charlie, you're on the Run of Fez show.
Hey, Ron, you're just wasting your breath, man. He's not listening to one thing you're saying.
No, he's not.
Whatever the expression is, hearing you but not listening, whatever that stupid expression is, he's hearing your words, but he's not listening to anything you're actually saying. So you're just wasting your breath by even getting mad or whatever. I feel bad for you, man.
Thanks. Chris, you were at that dinner last night, not even a meeting.
Yeah, it was
a very nice dinner.
It was really a great night.
Fun night.
Yeah, it was really fun. I thought.
How could anything negative been taken out of that night?
I thought it was impossible.
We were basically there with what I consider the mayor of the Friars Club. It was like showing up at a Catholic place with the Pope. We had a blast.
Met so many cool people. I mean, it was really just a fun night.
The steak was not overly spicy.
It looked good.
Oh, it was fantastic. How was your lamb?
Oh, it was great. I love it. Cooked it perfectly. Delicious.
Here is, this says South from Long Island.
Hey,
Yeah.
the worst people on the internet are 13-year-old girls because they're just vicious, and they will take something and hold it with a grudge, for days, weeks at a time. And I'm kind of starting to think that Fezzi's just holding everything to such a serious, standard. It's supposed to be a fun show.
It's supposed to be a fun show.
It's a serious time.
I started listening when I was like 12 years old in the backseat of my dad's car.
Can I honestly tell you why I started doing this? Because I did not want to work. That's what I wanted to do. In school, when people would go into school, I would leave and go out and hang out with my fucking friends. And we'd ride around in a fucking car. We'd smoke weed. We'd get fucking beer. And then at fucking 3 o'clock, I would go back to my house, let on to my mom that I was at school, and lay down and fucking crash and get myself good and rested so I could go out for that night's partying. That's what I did while everybody else was doing books. And it's what I still prefer to do. What I still would like to do is take the afternoon off and fuck around and have fun. And then fun people come through here and we talk or we laugh or they're interesting or it sounds like we talk. That's how I want to spend my life. What I don't want to do anymore is act like everything is awful.
I just don't know what everything is.
Then that's what you need to figure out.
I know things were all roses last night at that dinner, but none of that was addressed to me. When you said, Tim said, I like you, I saw him looking at you. Not you, plural.
I don't.
She said use?
I'm just trying to figure out what everything means around here.
Anything that you got to figure out from me, dude. I told you before the break, I'm tired. I'm not good at making you happy. You don't like to do this fucking show anymore. You don't come in here happy. You don't do your characters. You're not fucking having fun.
I'm just having trouble having fun while this is weighing on my mind.
When's the last time you had fun?
I had fun at Chris Stanley's birthday.
How long ago was that?
So did I.
What's your birthday?
August 8th.
So that's...
4 months.
Yeah, 4 months ago you had fun. Because Chris Stanley was drunk and swinging a knife around.
So put it like that, it sounds really bad.
Jimmy, you're on the Run of Fez show.
Mr. Ron Bennington, how you doing?
Good.
Hey, when I was a kid, I knew I had a whooping coming. Mom, get on to me. You're going to get a whooping when your dad gets on. My ass would literally tingle in the anticipation of that happening. Man, when you were jumping Fezzi's ass earlier, I swear to God, I'm in Austin, Texas, and you made my ass tingle with just the anticipation of that. How you do that, I don't know. But, man.
I just don't think anybody else should be taking any shit for something that's my fucking decision. And you still don't realize that this is, I'm saying this, Fez.
I realize it, and then people come start nosing around, like Mikey D. Tommy Rhodes is coming in tomorrow. I didn't even know that was happening till yesterday.
I would book a fucking 100 people in here just to have someone to talk to. That's the best fucking part of my day, is when I say somebody's coming in right now. It's the best part of my day, because somebody's going to answer me back and someone's going to be paying attention to me. That's the best part of my fucking day. There's an old lady in my block. I'd like her to fucking come in and sit down for 30 minutes because she listens and she answers back and we have conversations. She's not in show business. but she has an interest in speaking with people. I'm talking to you now, and you're sitting there as if I'm not.
Well, usually I hear who's coming in on the show. I know Ed Burns is coming in. I knew that. This one I never heard Chris bring up.
Robert, you're on the Run and Fez show.
Hey, Ron. Fez is clearly a narcissist. I mean, everything, no matter what, it comes back to him and his demented view on how things are happening. What you don't realize, Fez, is that we've all been listening for a long time. When you were funny and doing your thing, it was awesome. And then when this spiral started to happen, they even stuck around and tried to adapt the show around to that, that aspect of your life and make kind of funny bits. And even when that doesn't work, you still don't understand that at the end of the day, your friend that brought you on board isn't happy anymore. Something's going on. And you give a fuck less about that. You just blame everybody else.
How do you know what I give a fuck about?
I listen to you every day. I listen to you guys forever.
You listen to me for 4 hours a day. You're not around me the other 20. You're not inside my fucking head, asshole.
What you bring to the show is how we know you. And that person, that's what I'm basing.
Well, guess what? You don't know shit. You don't know shit about me. Of course I give a fuck about what Ron feels.
Then why don't you listen to him? Why aren't you listening to him right now, what he is saying? That's clearly what he's saying to you.
I am listening to him, and then we also listen to assholes like you who try to come in between us after we've been working together all these years.
We're just pointing out the obvious. Nobody's trying to get you.
Well, then guess what? We don't need your fucking obvious call.
You brought it up on the radio. It got brought up on the radio. It's a talk radio show.
He's right about that.
You chose to call in, dick.
I wouldn't have brought up any of these topics. We were going in a completely different area, which we do every day until we find out something that's bothering you. And if I change the subject now, you will stop talking. And I'm saying that because that happens every day. Unless this thing is treated like therapy for you, you don't want any part of it. Where's your fucking characters? Where's the nature boy? Where's the Fezatorial? Where's all those things that you used to want to do? You're not doing them. And I said this before the Thanksgiving break. I told the bosses then. Eric, you're on the Run and Fez show. All right, let's go over to Alan, Sacramento. You're on the Run and Fez show.
Hey, Ronnie. Hey, I just was calling to tell Fez, don't worry about the corporate guys down the hall. Talk to you, and then you beat me to it. So this is the Fez. Listen, man, you're in a corporate environment, but you're in a personal relationship with Ron, and that's the most important thing. Don't worry about what they're doing down the hall. Worry what Ron needs from you, Fez, and that will cure anything going on down the hall. Don't get them involved. Get Ron involved. You kind of beat me to it, Ron. I'm not trying to step on you. That's the problem. It's not the corporate guys down the hall shuffling around. It's you shuffling around. That's the problem.
Name another job that you could have acted like this. Name another one.
I can't.
If we worked in the fucking post office, but you wouldn't fucking wait on people. There were days that you would send packages off to crazy places. There's no other fucking job. And yet you sit here pissed at those guys.
Well, you told me that you hadn't made up your mind yet on what you want to do. And then I know that they're talking to you. So how can I not be paranoid about what they're saying? I don't see where it's so fucking outrageous. These callers are coming after me.
No one's coming after you.
I don't see where it's so insane.
We were talking about other things. Dan, you're on the Run and Fez show.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
I've been a fan of yours for many years. I remember 20 years ago when I lived in Tampa, going with friends to Hooters at 5 in the morning to listen to you. It was great times. You go into O&A and you own the show. You got your Unmasked. You're doing Radio Gold. But I'm telling you, you're going to shoot yourself in the foot if Fezzy leaves. If something happens, who the hell's going to hawk Mama Mancini meatballs? I mean, that's why everybody's tuning in every day. Isn't that right, Fezzy?
I haven't brought up meatballs. You're sadly mistaken.
Well, let's talk about blueberries.
Fuck you. Freeze up talking about blueberries one fucking time. It's everyone's fucking Bible now.
I can't help but laugh at that, though. I can't help laugh.
Everyone carries it around like it's holy scripture. Fuck all of you.
I'm sorry. I have to laugh at that fucking statement. I do. And I fucking shouldn't, and I realize it's like a funeral laugh, but that was fucking hysterical, and you didn't even mean it to be.
No.
Just don't put that on because it's just going to drive him nuts.
Well, that was the Animal Beards one.
But what did you just say? You lock up talking about blueberries one time and everyone carries it around with them? Yeah, that's kind of funny. Sorry.
Like it's the Constitution. Put it behind glass so nothing ever fucking happens to it. Send it over to the Radio and TV Museum.
Yeah, and they have a dead air section. Matt, you're on the Run and Fez show.
Fezzy, Pepper, I want you to get a VHS recorder, and I want you to watch something called Pup Friction. This video changed my life. And I have to say, Ron, listening to you, and now I'm like a grown man, much fatter than I was when I was watching that video. You guys killed. Absolutely killed. I took it around and showed it to anyone that would watch and said, you have got to hear these guys. But this has been a slow train wreck. And some days, Ron, I'm like, oh, are you being passive aggressive? But today, seeing behind the curtain, Fez, I'm not sure it can be fixed because you're battling something that doesn't belong on radio because it's painful and it's real to you. And I know you're
it's all real. Of course it is.
And I know the miles between you guys. But as listeners that have been on this journey with you guys, the idea of Ron's voice, Pepper, no offense, your character comes and goes. The Ron and Fez dynamic is strong, and I think it is strong enough to carry you guys through what is obviously painful for Ron. He's doing a one-man radio show, and it's painful. And I think the listeners, we love you guys. I think we look back at the dynamic duo that was Ron and then Ron and Fez, and that is ingrained DNA, and it's powerful. But we're at a crossroads as listeners, and the minute Ron breaks third wall, it's time to listen, Fez, and it's time for you to get healthy and not live in fear of what will happen if you're not on the radio. Because I got news, man, you're not on the radio. I think Ron has been as honest a human being as I've ever heard, and I'm going to let you go. But no, you guys are loved, and you're badasses of radio.
I'm going to fucking tell you something that I know in my heart. That if I said to Fez, we're going to leave radio and we'll go do a lawn care business, he wouldn't think twice about it. It would be the Ron and Fez lawn care business. And he would rather do that than do radio separately. And rather than saying that like it's a great thing, because that kind of loyalty is great, it's also more than I feel like I can carry right now. It doesn't make sense to me.
It makes sense to me.
Well, that's insane. This isn't what people do in jobs. if you listen to all kinds of people out there, they've worked at different jobs, but you never show up to a job saying, I want to be a pipe fitter. Will you hire me and my friend? You know what I mean? Like, this is a company. This isn't the Ron and Fez business. You know what I mean? We are both hired by this company. East End, Rob, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Ronnie B, the old Fez, there's an HBO show, a new sitcom called Jemay, J-A-apostrophe-M-I-E.
I watched it.
It's exactly Fez before he went into whatever whatever happened to him. But my second point was going to be, I remember 2 years ago...
Do you know that, Fez?
No,
that
I
this
don't know the
guy,
show.
this fucking kid, is 39 years old, and he's basically doing the old Fez character, and it's fucking killing. And you were not doing it. You were sitting there now today, angry and yelling and mad or whatever. Instead of, what if you would have come in here and just been funny and been fun, and then you would have people saying to me, I don't give a fuck what you do, but don't let that dude out of your fucking life. Because that guy is the fucking shit. And that's when I did like doing this show. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And that's when no one could have made me think such stuff. Because you used to come in here like a fucking buzzsaw. But it doesn't occur to you anymore. It doesn't occur to you to think, I'm going to go in there and dominate that shit.
Yeah, I mean, yes. I mean, today I don't know if I'm walking into a trap or not. I didn't know if there was going to be plastic paper on the floor at that restaurant.
There's no such thing as plastic paper. I'm not talking about today, a week ago, a year ago. And this is the same thing. It's just something for you to be upset about. Peter, you're on the Ron and Fez show. Lost you, buddy. John, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, was that me?
Yeah.
Hey, but Fez, I'm not here to call and judge you or anything, but there are some things that a lot of people have in common. I think you might be paying too much attention to your own thoughts. So, like, if you wanted to try something that's helped me tremendously, is for 2 to 5 seconds a day, just random times throughout the day, you just kind of let everything go. You let all your thoughts go. You let all this, like, all the things that you're holding on to. You just let them drop.
The Advice Show.
And I don't know if I'm still on. I don't know what just happened.
You're still on, dude. We just let go of everything for 5 seconds.
Gotcha. So, I mean, the idea is to just experience this
I just
moment
did it.
right here,
I
right
just spent the last 5 seconds that way, and I feel fantastic.
Great.
Just
I mean, it helps a lot,
unbelievable.
man.
Chris, why don't you just take 5 seconds off?
Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
It's easy. It's simple. It works. It clears your head.
All right, hold on. I was there, and then he fucked me up because he started talking. I was just... I was
we can have
almost
that
there.
moment. We can do it.
All right.
For just 5 seconds.
No, just 5 seconds. No, I didn't quite go. I started to, you know, it felt like I was on a plane taking off, and I was about to, and then the plane had to turn around and come back. Like there was some kind of, you know.
It's actually a bad feeling now when you think
Well, I don't know. There was some difficulty with the engines.
you know, I'm getting kind of nervous. 5 second thing's weird.
Go over
Hey,
to
how's it
Josh.
going?
Yeah.
How's it going?
Good, man.
Before I give my comment, I got one quick question for Pepper. Hey, you do shrooms at all? And if you do you like the small caps or the big caps better?
I like I like the small blue caps. Those are always fun.
All right, I tried them both. I seem like the big one's better. All right, but I just want to let you guys know that I am canceling that account. I can't take it anymore. I like laugh funny. I don't like being sad. I can't
Okay.
take it.
Well, enjoy some big caps so if I can make you laugh.
Big back caps. Don't forget the stems.
I got to take a break.
Yeah.
Ed Burns is showing up in a little bit. Maybe we'll let him decide. We've never gotten around to even doing our business. We haven't fucking given out the prize from yesterday. Which, by the way, I'm not busting balls, Fez, but isn't it something every day that you said you'll keep in touch with?
Yeah.
And yet you let hours go by without saying we never gave out the prize. I don't know whether you saw that other toenail bit. Did we put that up yet? Another celebrity collects toenails. Showed up on the Conan show.
That's so creepy.
I got a break, though, right?
Yeah, we have to break.
We'll come back and give this out. It's the Ron and Fez show.
More Ron and Fez. Coming up.
Mrs. Fields herself offered to set up shop in your kitchen, not to only make all the cookies and treats you could possibly imagine, but then also offered to wrap them up and carefully place them in amazing gift packages. Then hand deliver them to all your friends, family, and clients. Would you be interested? Well, of course you would. Well, MrsFields.com essentially offers this exact same service. It's with a few less amazing aromas filling your house, but still you get the point. At MrsFields.com, you can shop the world's best cookies and treats, all baked to perfection, sealed fresh, and shipped directly to you or your gift recipients. Packaged in beautiful gift baskets or festive holiday tins and boxes, Mrs. Fields' gift is the perfect gift for anyone on your list. These gifts can also be personalized with a message, a logo, or even a photo. So visit MrsFields.com today and ship the world's best cookies and gifts. Enter code KITCHEN, that's code KITCHEN at checkout and save 20% off your order. Again, that's the code word KITCHEN and save 20% from MrsFields.com or call 1-800-COOKIES, 1-800-COOKIES for more information.
Ron Bennington.
Right. All right.
Fez Whatley.
Yeah.
This is the Ron and Fez Show.
Tom Waits, Artist of the Day on the Ron and Fez Show, and seems to be a perfect one. That was, by the way, this was the strangest commercial break I've ever had in my life. I'm not going to lie to you about that. Hey, Clarence, you're on the Ron and Fez Show.
Hi, Ronnie.
Yeah.
Hey, that was the tightest damn cookie I ever heard. I don't ever want to eat them shit.
Oh, no, it's very, very delicious. It's a fine cookie. And here's Bruce. Bruce, you're on the Ron and Fez Show.
Hey, Ron, you sound great.
Thanks.
It took me a while to get a hold of you, or to actually like listening to you guys. I don't know. It was just
I'm the same way.
But I got to where I was really enjoying listening to you guys. Besides just that's what I don't know if it's a bit. I don't know if he's gone mental. It's ridiculous. And listening to that commercial, I literally just wanted to smash my radio.
Oh,
He's got to figure something out. I don't know if this is the best place for him to be anymore.
I'm sorry, I was just getting emotional during the...
Yeah, we were all aware of that, and you're emotional during the entire time.
I'm just going to throw this out there. Please, Ronnie, don't change anything.
Right, don't
Please.
even.
I'm just asking you. It's been a long time, and I'm just saying, Ronnie, do not do this. Don't let them do this to us.
Fez.
Don't do it, Ron.
Fez, can I just say something to you? I literally...
Don't let them change this.
I prefer angry Fez to this.
Don't do it. I don't know how else to put it out there, but don't do it.
can I just ask you to do something? Have some respect for yourself, dude, and for us, instead of this.
This is what everybody wants.
Nobody
Don't let
wants
them do
this.
it.
Nobody wants any of this.
Don't let them.
John, you're on the Run of Fez show. John, don't have you, buddy. Dave, you're on the Run of Fez show.
Hey, buddies. Hey, you remember the Afro show, yeah?
Yeah.
And so me and my buddy, this was about 5 or 6 years ago, we were both in 100% agreement that when it came to that show, the funniest guys were Ron, Anthony, Fez, Opie, then Earl. Now, we're in agreement that the funniest guys are Ron, Opie, Anthony, Fez, Earl.
That's great. Appreciate it. What does that mean? It's the same thing. And Earl was never in an Afro show.
I don't know who the we is also with this committee he's got together.
I feel terrible, obviously. We have all these funny things that people wrote up on the thing about the toenail bit yesterday, but I think it would be crazy to read them off now.
Pretty funny, though.
I know, they're hysterical, but the... Bill, you're on the Run of Fez show.
Hi, Ron.
Yeah.
Hey, I just want to say it's admirable, and your loyalty to Fez is more admirable than anything. But I think you're doing the right thing, and the worst thing you can do, I mean, you can't. You're beating a dead horse. But maybe you should just take him outside, give him a rabbit, and promise him his rabbit farm.
You know, I know it's like a joke to everybody, but it's not like I'm not concerned about this. Here's Larry. You're on the Run of Fez show.
Hey, Ron. This is the only second time I've called. The first time I called was in 2003 when my son went off to the initial invasion of Iraq, and he became injured, and I called and spent about a half hour on the phone with you and Fezzy, and it was compassionate, warm, and intelligent, and it really made a difference in my life, and I have enjoyed your show since that time. But I'm incredibly sad today because I have seen the end of the Ron and Fez show, I think, today, and you spelled it out, and it's just not getting through, and it's sad to me. And thank you for everything you've done.
I don't want to see it end. That's why I'm telling Ron, don't do it. I don't know what's hallway, so don't... I don't know what decision's coming up, so please, don't do this.
Todd, you're on the Run of
Hello?
Fez show. Yeah.
Hey, I just think that, like, you guys have known each other for so long, and if there was a good chance of Fez staying on the show and improving and everything, you didn't handle it the right way, because y'all were being so mean to him, and he's so sensitive, and it's just going to make it worse and worse, and then it's even harder for him to get out of that tunnel because he's feeling bad and everything, and you're just making it, I mean, like, he might have had a comeback. Who knows, but you guys are making it real hard to do that for him. You're not saying the right stuff.
What would be the right stuff to say, Todd? Tell me the truth.
I mean, you got to be more empathetic towards him. He holds this really personally. It's not just business for him. It's been like 10 years. It's like a relationship with you. It's so much sentimentality. Fez is that type of dude, and you just have to approach it that way. You guys are being so stone cold on this guy. He's like a gentle flower.
I'm going to say the truth to you. For you, this is a radio show. You're not around the other 20 fucking hours a day. I don't know if I'm the best thing that could happen to Fez. Seriously. may not be a good influence on him or whatever it happens to be.
I say you are. You're the best thing that ever happened to me in my life. You're the only reason I was able to do things like come out or move to New York City. Because
Fez.
I never would have been able to do any of that.
First of all, that's not fucking right. And on the other hand, that's too much pressure to put on another dude. You know what I mean? For one dude to say to another, "You're the best thing that ever happened to me," we just don't do that kind of shit.
It's how I feel.
Well, again, just because you feel something doesn't make it a good thing. You know? You normally feel like the elevator's going to crash, and it doesn't. And quite obviously, where this should have come up was last night. I don't know why whatever. Keith, you're on the Run of Fez show.
Hey, Ronnie. Hey, I've been listening to you guys for about 6 years. And back in the days whenever Davey Mack was there, whenever he left, it seemed like, back whenever Dave was there, Fez was still in his element. And then whenever Davey Mack left, the show lost a little bit, and then Fez seemed to sort of fade. But I called to give Chris Daly some props. I mean, he was hired to be a producer. Then, whenever Fez stopped talking, he stepped up, helped take the mic, and became part of the show. And without him, you would have been solo. So I just want to give a shout-out to Chris Daly.
Yeah, there's definitely some of that, and there's also fucking Chris just ripping the mic out of Fez's hand and keeping him from getting better.
I'm a young guy coming up in this thing.
I'm only saying that because it's literally what happens when you know Fez. People will give you too much praise for how you treat them or too much blame. You know what I mean? Yeah. But no one ever says to me, "Oh, you're good to Chris," or "You're really hard on Chris." You know what I mean? No one ever says that. No one ever was to say to Anthony, "By the way, you're really good to Opie," or "You're hard on Jim." No one else has to live in this weirdness. It doesn't exist in anyone else's life.
It's very unique.
I think, I know we got Ed Norton. Not Ed Norton. See what I'm fucking doing here? We got Ed Burns.
The great Ed Burns.
There's a bunch of Ed Norton fans. Oh, shit. It's going to be great. They were going to talk about Fight Club. What about Fight Club? Perfect. This is Eddie Burns' show, Mob City. It's terrific, though. It is coming on, is it tonight?
Tonight, yeah.
Tonight. Wednesday, December 4th, 9 o'clock, 8 Central. Brandon, you're on the Run of Fez show.
Hey, Fez, who are you picking to make the Super Bowl? I got Seattle, New England.
Well, that's really going out on a limb.
I got it. I got the dark horse. The New England Patriots, led by this guy, Tom Brady. He's a workman-like quarterback.
Charlie, you're on the Run of Fez show.
Yeah, Ron, I just want to know, in the back of your head or anywhere in your head, do you think money is any motivation for this shit that's going on with him crying, begging you to stay when you're giving him the options of what he can do to change, and you've been doing that for months?
Money's never been a thing for Fez, ever. He's not motivated by money one way or another.
So he's just motivated because he just wants to be with you. But you're giving him opportunities, and you're telling him, this is what you got to do. You want to keep this going on, this is what you got to do. And he's just not doing it. But he just wants you to keep it together, just
It baffles me. It absolutely baffles me.
No, I'm not doing it for money.
But you also didn't come in and do, I'm going to pick it up and I'm going to change and I'm going to go back to doing the kind of stuff that you had already told me that you wanted to do at the very same exact way. Here's Dan. Dan, you're on the Run and Fez show.
Yeah, I was just going to say, Fez is kind of like a self-fulfilling prophecy. He could have come in and just talked or sat around and...
yes, that's been said before, all right? I fucking get it. It's been said a million times. Thank you for repeating what every other fucking caller has said. I appreciate it. Good work. Real originality there. I'm saying, Ron, don't do this. Don't do it, man.
All right.
That's what I'm saying. And I'm putting it out there. I don't know what the plan is down the hall.
Don't
do it. Don't change this. It's been too long. Don't fucking change it now. I don't want it to change.
Steve, you're on the Run and Fez show.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Yeah.
Hey, Fez, I've been listening to the show for a long time. Since you first started on XM, and I hate to say it, but I think that you just can't help yourself. It's like your life, the decisions you make in your life, from what I hear on the radio, you have a hard time making them on your own. And that just appears to me from listening.
Thank you, amateur psychiatrist. Appreciate it. Fuck off. People don't know what's in my fucking head.
Nope, we don't. We don't, Fez. Mark, you're on the Run and Fez show.
Hey, how's it going, Ronnie?
Yeah.
I was just thinking maybe now would be a good time to tell everyone about that Christmas present Fez got you.
You know what? That's the most uncomfortable thing that you could say to me right now.
Please.
But if I fucking told you, okay, you would get this weirdness even more.
Hey, I'm ready for it, man.
No, I cannot do it. I can't say it. Chris Stanley doesn't know. No one knows but me and Fez. But that Christmas present thing ties in directly with this conversation. We got a break. I'm going to be back with Ed Burns. It's the Ron and Fez show.
The Ron and Fez show.